Yo, 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 what's going on? What's going on? It's your boy Professor Pippage. Damn. It's your boy Professor Pippage back in the bitch. I acting on I trade Asian. Yeah, tongue all type of twisted and tied up, but ain't no redos, ain't no retakes, so we just gonna get it how it is. Ooh, yeah. Looking at AU as always, looking at AU. Smashed up some shit today during the New York session. Um, Kind of already deleted and trying to reanalyze the charts, but ultimately I had one, two, three, four positions. We We'll go back to the charts. Let me see. Hold up. Right, so still sound weird. Coming from the higher time frames on now, I'm going to blank everything. Yeah, let's see. We got that weekly open right back in over here. Weekly open right up in here. So what we were looking for was see what we're going to get any type of continuation bias to the top side, seeing as price action pulled down into a level. I think we was either creating a new low or pushing into some type of demand looking left. But for right here, right now on the hourly, we had price action pushing down. Like I said, price action opened here for the weekly. Um, Once we saw price action push up here, we had buys all the way from the bottom, or I had buys right from down here all the way up into the top side, ended up carrying over to the next day. Ended up getting trailed out right down here about 68, 831. I think that's what it was, or maybe an 815. 68, 831. So as it pushed up and then came back down, took profits as we pushed up into the highs, but wanted to leave that running just in case to see if we had potential to push even higher and potentially run into a level I was looking for price action to push into, but it didn't. Ended up rolling over. So I knew this was my weekly open right over here. What I was looking for was the next potential area to potentially buy from. So was it once it came down here, I was looking for these buys here that took place on the 15 minutes. Looking for these buys here that pushed up within the market, looking for the retest the high, even potentially break the high. But by the time I came to the chart, all I had was this bearish price action. We'll get down to the 15-minute and I'll talk about it as well. But so I ended up missing this part. And then once it came down even further, I was like, okay, yeah, this is also what I wanted to see because if we were going to continue to go bullish, in my eyes, we were not going to break below this level here. And when we did, I was like, okay, well, since I missed the buys right back in over here, what I'm gonna do is let price action push continue throughout the New York session. And when we come into the Asian session, I'm looking for a potential continuation shorts below this level. So as price action came and retested this level, let me see. I don't know if I took these buys. I think I continued to let price action. Let me see. Monday. I think I did take buys over here. Oh, this is New York session. Yeah, okay. I was saying, hold on. It's not right. Okay, yeah, so Tuesday night. So throughout the New York session, letting price action push below that hourly structure, letting it play out throughout the Asian session, immediately was looking for the shorts below this level. Took the shorts below that level. Let me see. Yeah, I missed the go down to the 15-minute. I missed the immediate shorts here, and then I caught it on the retracement on the 15-minute level, but caught these shorts, and then throughout the New York session this morning, took about 2 or 3 trades there and caught continuation shorts. Ultimately, looking to see if price action is going to fizzle out within this 15-minute range. Also, we'll pull that up and kind of identify all that stuff, but just kind of want to identify the structure, just kind of point certain things out with the naked chart so that when we go down and we add the chart analysis, it just kind of, pulls it all together and just builds that story and the analysis for you. So coming down to the 15-minute, got that weekly price action open right open here. I had price action identified differently over here. I had a 15-minute range drawn in as a high and a low. And once I saw price action come back and retest the area I had identified right over here, start to break start to break highs, make higher highs and higher lows on the 1 minute. I was in there like swim well and was able to capture all of that. all the way up. 46 of them things. Um, I believe I took potentially most of my targets somewhere within this zone right up here. So we seeing price action push above, start to fizzle out, come back down. Kind of broke the low, but not really. Then start to come back up and then break the high. So I believe I took some profits right up in here. Then I left the runner running, and yeah, we got that. I see what one. Ooh, I think it was yeah. These were the initial ones where I said I missed the initial short here, and then once it retraced, got in right there, and then took off some profits as we hit that low right in over here, took shorts right down in here, and then continued and so on and so forth. So like I said, right now we're kind of looking to see if price action is going to continue to go bullish, but ultimately, once price action closed below that hourly support, I knew shorts throughout the Asian session. The New York session saw price action pushing down, creating bear structure, and then just all this price action down through here. I was looking for it to come a little bit deeper down to that 67, 890 area, yeah, 890, 900 area, but it kind of, just found resist or support right up in here and kind of turned around. So in order for me to buy anything right now, we definitely have to close above this green line I got identified right over here. So definitely not looking for the best bullish scenario. I mean, price action overall is big bearish. So I mean, if you would or would like to try to scalp those buys, since you got 4 pips and then to that high, 17 pips. If you break there, then back to the hourly resistance about 30 pips. So you could, you know what I'm saying, get up through that, but ultimately I'm wait because them shorts been paying out all morning. So I definitely now, he's back down in here. MCM price action push up, pull back, push up, pull back. Probably down on the 1 minute. I probably would have got active on some longs right here. Stops below there, but right now, you in the middle of the range. So for the shorts, right now, 725. Oh, is it recording? No, we're recording. But please be recording good. Yeah, we recording. Cause I ain't done it no good. But really video, like please, boy, I think I've got to record button. But I ain't starting over. But right now we have closed above that 15-minute range slash resistance. So definitely good. Definitely see this pull back deeper, back up into her. I wouldn't trade off her. I'm definitely just watching and waiting to see because and another thing, like I said, I missed this trade right here because I was sitting and waiting through all this, and then damn forgot to check the news and flipped off and flipped back and price way down here. I was sick. Oh man, because I had been watching it since what time? 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? I was just thought price action was gonna continue consolidating the area I had identified right up in her and everything leaked. So I said that because I was like, yeah, let me check news right quick because this could, sprout up there if we got something behind it. So let me check over real quick. That's what got my ass caught up last night. Oh man, my stomach was hurting. I was so happy it pulled back on the 15 because I was definitely in my feelings. I didn't have FOMO, but I was upset that I missed that initial entry because I was sitting ready to snipe right over her. And as we look at that area down on the 1 minute, because I didn't see anything right there on the news. Go back to the other one. Eh, Ease, Nathan, ran for a fair minute. And then I always like to click on this one down here too. This will give me an inside scoop. Let's see. Taking some Look at something real quick. Interesting. But then you usually move first. So then you buy some gas and push bullet. 9 times out of 10, hey, you gonna do the same. Hey, you gonna do the same. Hey, you gonna do the same. Yo, that's what we at with it. Ultimately, yeah. So yeah, we definitely could just see it pushing on through that thing. Like I said, I'm looking for the shots. So I'm trying to dig in some charts. I ain't trying to get no buys. And the biggest reason is because we downtrending, but let's see what pep trade looks like. Pep trade. Yeah, I see it. And then make sure you put that tag on there. But people like to see your face. Pep trade. Change bill. It's a pair trade. Pep trade. Looking to retest these highs right over here. Bump down to the 1 minute. I'm gonna come back and explain this trade setup right here. Missed the initial and then got the retest, but right now, damn, what's I about to say? Currently on the 15 minute and down, we creating a little bullish trend, but we still within the 1 hour structurally range to the downside, which is bearish. So if we see price action close above here, then potentially could look for a pullback to also retest these 1 hour highs. But right now, we gotta get up out of here first. Yeah. Um, I was about to say something else. A minute. Picture thoughts below right up there somewhere. It's only 7:30. But yeah, I'm thinking about what I was about to say about that structure in a minute. I'm gonna come back to it. But watching this down here in the 1 minute, I was flipping back and forth between the shit. Idiot. I was flipping back and forth between the 1 minute and the 15 minute. Yeah. So had the structure identified, looking left. What we're looking for is a rejection. This price action pushing to this level. So what made me flip away from it and not think it was coming immediately because what I saw was price action pushed up and then the supply area we were looking for the reaction from left. This is where it pushed into, and this was the reaction. So when it came back down, it didn't ultimately break any structure that started price action pushing this way. So then we came and created a new high even after this. So then I knew I was like, shorts might not be ready. I saw the rejection, then I saw it pull back up. And then, as it started to come back bearish and then started to input, I was like, I walked away from it. So, look back and price was way down here. I saw it. I didn't get back to it until this wick was probably like somewhere right up in here. This body closure was like somewhere right up in here. Then it closed and it retraced. And I was like, ooh, if it don't break the high, I'm getting in. And as it came back up and then started to trickle back down right there, in there like somewhere stops above, let that thing ride on that. Yeah, so that's how I was looking to execute that trade, but I did not look before and see there was news right at 7:30. At 7:30 counter open, news was negative, of course, and that's what it was. Back in over here, let's look at price action pushing from this is only a minute, but it's outlining hourly structure. Hourly previous hourly high to the low, we pulled back above 50% of this hourly range from that high to that low. And then we came down and we broke below. So for me, all this is one push um, until price action starts to retrace and break structure looking left. Ultimately, within the 15-minute structure, we got the high to the low, the lower high to the lower low. This retracement never broke above this high. So ultimately, we still bearish. And it's still within this 1 hour push. So as we look at it now, 15-minute time frame structure high to low, lower high, lower low. lower high, breaking this low right over here, lower low. So if we come and break back above this structure here on the 15-minute chart, then potentially, yeah, could be looking for buys back up to the top side, but that's gonna be tricky. So definitely waiting for the best bearish scenarios for this paper trade hyped up right over here. And then from higher time frame, then higher time frame confluence, we got the continuation sales below. So as we see price action break below this level, what we're looking for is price action to pull back and maintain below that 68,114. And what we can see is price action is pushing above. So if we were sitting right here watching it from the agent session and we set this up like yesterday or earlier this morning, said I want to see continuation sales below that level, we didn't stop when we come back to it and start, rejecting that area. So definitely couldn't necessarily taking a continuation sell trade back to the downside just yet. Right now, we're looking to see how far we pull back to this 15-minute structure. I know we are watching it 1 minute, but ultimately I am able to see that and be able to identify, that structure there. So definitely that's why I threw this little paper trade up there and see how it works out. But ultimately, I ain't looking for this. I want some digging, some shots. So because price action is not where I want it to be on a 1 minute time frame, I choose to probably not watch it down there and probably not even watch on the 15-minute because I don't want to get faked out and start hopping in the shorts I probably shouldn't be in. So mostly the price action ain't doing really what I wanted to do or going in the direction I want to go. It's probably most proper to watch it from the hourly time frame. If you got that kind of time, you got that kind of patience. Oh shit. Bid coming through. Right now 7:34. So I mean, right now potentially just be flipping back and forth between the hourly and the 15, seeing what's going on, checking out other news sources. Just looking at things I potentially possibly could have missed, and just sit back and wait for that thing to sit up for you. Boom. Yeah, yeah. Right now, potentially like so. Yeah, so I don't get too jammed up in that. Kind of just flip back over to the other stuff, the other charts we had identified. Oh, another thing about AU. The daily time frame is what kind of jammed me up coming from 2 weekend ago, weekend analysis. 2 weeks ago, we was identifying bearishly from the high to the low because we broke structure right in over here. But when we did this week's weekend analysis, we identified bullish um, from the low to the high. Ultimately, I would consider the daily time frame now most definitely pushing bearish, simply because we have came out and broke structure looking left, and we've also created a lower high in line with the bearish trend and created a new lower low. So um, the levels to the left hold some stock as far as reaction levels. So look for price action to come down and react off of something and push up. If and only if it starts to break structure looking left, do I consider it to be something important? Doesn't, it is only a retracement for a continuation to the downside. So that's what we're looking for, continuation shots. Continuation shots on the lower time frame. So but yeah, on the daily. So if you watch it from 3 weeks ago, you watch it from I don't know if I did one this weekend or 2 weekends. I don't know. Wherever the last time I marked up AU, one time I had it marked up from the daily high to the daily low. The other time I had it marked up from the daily high to the daily low. So just a little clarification there. When I mark it up this weekend, depending on how these candles close, this will potentially be my new daily high that's pushing and has either created that new daily low or still pushing to create that daily low. So, wow, so on and so forth. We got that hourly. Mm, hourly, like you want to do something to the top side. We're gonna see. Pushing over to GJ. Let's see what we had lined up with GJ. Coming from the weekend analysis, we looking to see if we can get continuation buys above this 1 hour resistance right up in her. And what we can see is we did get them buys during the London session on Tuesday. Uh, this would have been something I would have been sitting up waiting for. Um, Getting jammed up with AU. I don't think I look at this really all week. I just kind of identified from the weekend analysis. Ultimately, first targets got bing, bang, skabon. Potentially could have got faked out right up in here as we did close above here and then broke the high right over here. Could have got smacked because stops probably would have been somewhere right up in there. Yeah, stops would have been tough because I saw a lot of stuff building up right up in there. But yeah, so this would have been probably first smack. But then as we got back above, ooh, yeah, first target would have got broke above, stops below, somewhere like right up in there. and then onto the top. Hold on 1 second. Yeah, I know we live. Oh, hold on. I gotta get my man's at the call. Gotta pause that thing for a second. Damn it, man. My boy didn't come home and damn near break his ankle on no soccer field. So I got the slides. We got to go through this quick. But looking at GJ, time has elapsed. I did put y'all on pause. So time has elapsed. Time is moving forward. Looking at GJ weekly open, close above the 1 hour resistance. Looking for the continuation buys. First TP 40 pips. Price action actually breaks above, so we're looking for continuation buys, break and retest trades. So if we maintain above this 162.354 like we had on AU, we're looking for the continuation shorts. Price action close above, so not really a trade set up there just yet. Oh, go back. What was that? GJ, right here, GJ, we are maintaining above that level. We usually actually look for the app within. Let's see how far we're going back with that high. Yeah, we usually looking for the reject out of that area first. So potentially could see one more dip back down before ultimately taking back off and continuing bullish. Yeah, ultimately coming back into like that 165, 265 area on GU. Um Weekly open, missed the continuation buys. Only kind of saw this setup because that's the kind of same setup I took on AU. That's why I actually missed it because I was just looking to see if it played out. So pretty much a paper trade there, missed that one. Was waiting to see how we broke out of the consolidation right up in here. Kind of what I got identified there. Wanted to only see a retest this 1 hour order block and see how I rejected. Actually closed above and pulled back and did not break the low of price action that pushed above. So ultimately this gets disrespected. And potentially we are identifying somewhat bullishly on the hourly time frame on GU now. So potentially could be looking for these continuation buys on that thing, but potentially stuttering in this bid. Come on, man. But yeah, what the I'm stuttering, the chart stuttering. Come on with it. Potentially now stuck within this 1 hour range. You could play this from the lower time frame. Could pull back one more time, but if it continue bullish, we continuing up out of that thing. Continuation buys on that ass. We're gonna get active. Possibly a bullish week on GU. Um, UCAD correlation of pairs is not lined up. UCAD, I don't know what UCAD going at. Weekend analysis, waiting to see if we're gonna continue bullish. Close above this 15-minute resistance. Um, doesn't really actually take place until we over her. We got the close above. New York session. I don't trade New York session a whole bunch, especially not fucking UCAD. Get the close above, got the break, and even get the retest. So potentially could have entered from right there. If you're looking for the breakout, there it is there, and the continuation on. Close above the bullish continuation zone. So just like we saw on GJ, we're looking for price action to maintain above this level. So if down on the 15-minute, we start to roll over bullish, start to create higher highs and higher lows again back on that 15-minute time frame, potentially catching one of these pullbacks as a higher low on that ass and get up out of that thing, for some high highs or some shit like that. So potentially that's how I would look at UCAP from right now. But potentially even bump out to higher time frames to see what potentially price action could be pushing to. Because it could, like I said, UCAP funny, give you all this bullish ass price action, like right up in her, and then just leak on your ass. So you're gonna have to watch it on when you cat like that. I just threw it in there because I seen some other people rocking on it. So if it does if it does start to break back down, wouldn't be looking for shorts again until we potentially close a blow somewhere like 1.35, 1.6. It's a nice little drop, get a little retest, and then see that thing continue to tugboat onto the downside. But ultimately, overall bullish, should be looking for the best bullish scenario on UK. UJ, I know how to miss some gas on UJ. Weekly open way back over her. Wait, no, hold up. That's too far. That's the 12. We're looking for the 19th, my boss. Oh, yeah, big boss. 19 over her. We weekly open. UJ a little bit more tricky because I couldn't have told you I would have been looking for continuation buys back into, well, possibly could have because we closed above structure right in over here. So definitely, as we close above right over here, potentially could look for continuation buys. But UJ, like I said, I've never been able to time UJ's retracement phase. So I would have been somewhat, hesitant to take these buys coming from the weekend open. We opened up somewhat bullish and then flipped over bearishly. So potentially would have been identified on the lower time frames where resistance was. So to know once price action break back above, look for a possible retracement back into that area we just broke above and potentially take the buys. But I don't really flop with GG UG like that. Only when I'll see, if this is gonna roll back over, see some type of liquidity grab and see this start to leak, then I'll possibly hop in on them shorts. But buying into structure on UJ for me is not a good idea, and I don't, it usually don't play out too well because UJ does like a wick a lot. So yeah, tell you what it is. I do see continuation buys though on UJ, especially if we can get above this high right here. It might it's already bearish. I'm not. It's already bullish on the 15-minute. Currently, it almost did. So once you get above 134,994, then yeah, you definitely big bullish on that 15-minute, and that 15-minute bullishness rolls over into the hourly bullishness, pushing back into the highs at 135, 232. And then if it's scooting skedaddle on up out of that thing, push on them bills. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Get with it. Clicking on the since I don't go. Oh man. Looking for price action to short off. Definitely wanted the shorts below that 1837. I feel like I called this out on the analysis. Take the shorts below there. Definitely need to take the continuation or the breakout shorts right there. Let me see. As soon as we break and close below, essentially we've been that thing real short, real quick. Let me see. Your stocks would have been right up. Damn it, man. Just set up something like right though. And then yeah. Brandon, you'd have had to hurry up and get up out of that thing though. But we'll look at it came back to where we wanted it to retest to. Um, ultimately was identifying bearishly on gold, but was looking for a retracement since price. We came out like this. So yeah, definitely want to see if we close below there, looking for the shorts. If we stayed above, then potentially continuation buys. But once they close below, we're definitely looking for a retracement back into this area. And then once we hit this area, we look for a reaction and say, okay, well, if we're gonna go bullish, this is probably somewhere up in that area we should look for. Price action go back bullish. We did push up, but we did not break the high. We even retraced a little bit and tried again, and ultimately rejecting that 1 hour resistance. Same way we did over here, and ended up rolling back over. So this level ended up it ended up being somewhat profitable because you could have took the breakout shorts and then took the sniper buys back into the highs to see if it was going to continue to go big bullet. But you know sometimes it works, sometimes it don't, depending on where you get in and where you was looking at the market from. So I mean, get active how you get active. But for me, from here, the I would just follow the 4 hour ultimately because looking left gonna get you jammed. So get rid of this. I'll identify hourly and 4 hourly structure and get busy that way. From the 4 hour high to the 4 hour low. We try to pull back and close above this 1 hour resistance right over here. It sort of did, but then it leaked again. So ultimately, I would potentially identify all this level right here now as the 1 hour resistance and say, okay, if we break this 4 hour support, which ultimately would have been the 1 hour support, then potentially we got a new 1 hour resistance pushing to create that new hour 1 hour support, and then look for that retest. So that would look something like this: 1 hour resistance pushing down, breaking through this 4 hour and 1 hour support from right over here. Finding some type of support. Potentially you could line it up looking left, but I would just play price action. Then price action coming down to create the new 1 hour resistance to support, retesting the previously broken structure right here in this 4 hour support, and then ride it down some more. That's if the bearish scenario will be coming up. That's potentially an outlook I would look for within the next coming weeks. I don't trade gold like that. So it would have to be on a higher time frame circumstance that I would look for this type of setup. and then bust it down to the lower time frame. So that's what it would look like for me going into next week. See if it comes down 1 hour resistance, create a new 1 hour support, retracement back into the structure most recently broken, looking left. And that's how I would attack gold. I would trade based off 4 hourly structures and then get it like that. So, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, sometimes it works, sometimes you just gotta get in when you get in. Looking over the Euro USD. Euro USD came back into the area we're looking to buy from. It reacted, ultimately did not break structure, looking left and rolled over bearish. So we're looking at a continuation of sales below right now. We have closed below that area. So potentially we can bust down to the hour, to the 15 minute, start seeing some type of resistance right up in there early, retesting that structure more recently, broken on the 4 hour, like we were talking about just on gold. Then potentially we could frame some shorts to come back down. Let me see. Let me get my rule out real quick. I got to go see my man. He came in almost broken nigga, so we got to check him out. So 63 of them things potentially to the downside. We got to see how he look down on the hourly. Do we got room for a retracement? I would say yes. So this potentially could come up some more before going lower. The 15 minute. Let's see what it looked like. I would this Euro USD. So yeah, I would probably definitely wait for the London or one of these levels to get manipulated, get hit, and look for it to leak back to the downside. But right now, 15 minutes is bully pushing to the top side. So I want to try to take that bearish setup just yet until the 15 minute at least roll over back bearish, and then ultimately will cause the hourly to roll over back bearish, and then you go bearish. But I got to get up out of that thing. Let's see what AU look like one more time. Oh, paper trade would have been geeking up to the top side. What happened to paper trade, baby? Did we close them off? Oh no, it's over there eating some grits. What are we up? Let me see. 4 of them things. 4 pills. That shit looking so much bigger. 4 pills. But ultimately, yeah, I don't really have an area right over here that I'm looking to price action coming to just because this squiggly ass price action. I hate identifying price action when it looks like this. I just sit back and wait. I just draw the top of the area I'm looking for, which is right here, which would be a 15-minute high. And if we get way up there, then so be it. If we don't and we start rolling over bears, then I'm getting in cool. But as of right now, I'm actually from New York, from those trades we took throughout the New York session. Yeah, hopped in multiple times and was just letting it ride. But that's all I got for this one. I'm about to slide out and ride out because the enforcer rolled in here with the evil eye. So I got to roll out on y'all ass. I'm out of there. Peace.